Well, my friends, our trip through the river Amazon basin in Ecuador continues. We've been in this boat for 3 days in a row. We've already had lots of incredible and unforgettable encounters, but the most exciting stuff lies ahead. Today we're going to get to the most remote and famous settlement of the Waorani called Bameno. We're approaching the place we've been looking forward to. This is Bameno. The World Inside Out with Dmytro Komarov, Ecuador. We've been greeted by naked people. The nude Waorani are lining up along the bank. At first glance, their behavior is not aggressive. We are yet to learn if they're really as cruel as people say. It's hard to imagine that back in the 20th century, Waorani were killing all intruders that would venture into their lands. These days, the tribe was split into those who still hide in the forest and kill foreigners and those who have already set up contacts with the outer world and look happy to greet the guests. These are the Waorani, very colorful. Thank you, Vaponi Daureki. Vaponi Daureki, hi everyone. So, how are you doing? All right. Can I shake hands with you? You can. Vaponi, I can. All men are naked. Their tools are tied up with strings. Glad to see you. So are we. We were worried a lot when you were gone for so long. I guess you thought they might kill us somewhere. We expected the worst. The sun set twice, and you didn't come back. Our guides are native to this settlement. They'd warned the tribesmen of our arrival beforehand, so they were expecting us. How can one fear for us if Ginto with us? And Miguel too. Only why do they look so much different? I guess they are from another tribe. Look at yourselves and them. I think they're done with descent. In fact, my mission is to find out if your casual lifestyle is this one or that one. I always go naked. Check this out. See the traces of the hammock. The hammock, here's the proof. And I couldn't understand why he's showing his rear to me. He's making me see the traces of the hammock on his back. That means he really goes naked. Our laws force us to blur those places, but you can use your imagination. Every man has his male part pressed against the belly and tied with a string. It's also stretched up. It must hurt, huh? No, it's just like your underpants. Like my underpants, right? You know, I'm not married. Why didn't you take your sister along for me? My sister is married. That's why. What makes all people around the world alike is lots of bachelors looking for wives and asking for foreign women. Here you can see the two coolest bachelors of the Karawai tribe. We're going to your land to get married. Dear Ukrainian girls, this man is looking for a wife. If you fancy him, come to visit the Waorani tribe. What's your name? My name is Kemperi. How old are you? I don't know. Okay, what kind of wife do you want? A pretty one, plump and tall. Pretty, plump and tall. Well, girls, see for yourselves. Commenters free to pick up. I want a wife too. Come to the land of Waorani if you want to stay here. Just invite the girls to see you guys. Say welcome in Ukrainian.
Ласкаво просимо. Просимо. Ласкаво просимо.
No, it's not the way to get a wife.
Ласкаво просимо.
Wow, a monkey. Fancy that. Just look at it. Hello. Just look what fun it is. I'm starting to like it here. Is this your pet? Yes. It's got a name. It's Gato. I'm not going to hurt you. Don't yell at me. Monkeys run about here like cats and dogs in our places. It's tame. See a child playing with it. The natives' friendly attitude makes me happy. It's obvious they had visitors before. Time to unload our boat. We brought foodstuff and gifts for the whole tribe. 50 kilos of rice. Hello! Catch the rice! Thank you so much. Wait, there's more. We were greeted by naked people only. Now see how many dressed-up ones are coming up. Looks like the civilization has gotten here as well. It's now clear why the natives were greeting us naked. They appear in their traditional look to visitors and tourists and then put on shorts and t-shirts as they are comfortable. Man, get your machetes here. Pots and pans for women. And these are for kids. Here you are. I've got enough for you all. Anyone plays soccer here? Catch it, guys. And of course, candy for the little ones. Who's the boss there? Penty and Kemperi are. Hello, Penty. Penty is the village elder. He speaks Spanish too. You have several leaders, or is there the biggest one? Kemperi is the top boss. You ought to meet him. The first thing to do for someone who's arrived and plans to stay with the tribe is to meet the chief. So we're on our way to the village top boss. Chief Kemperi lives in a hut on the edge of Bameno with his wife Minema. Good afternoon. My name is Dima. It's Dima. My name is Dima. It's Dima. Dima. Right. His hearing is bad. What's your name? My name is Kemperi. Kemperi Uitoi. Kemperi Uitoi, okay. Nice to meet you. Chief Kemperi is the oldest and the most respected denizen of Bameno. They say he's more than 120 years old, but no one knows his precise age. The Waorani don't celebrate birthdays, as they don't know the dates of their births. Yet, everyone knows for sure that Kemperi was born back in the times when all the Waorani were uncontacted. I want to inquire, as the oldest member of your tribe, whether you're 100 years old or more, to get to know how your tribe came into contact with the civilization and how its life changed afterwards. My tribe began to communicate with the outer world not so long ago. I still remember the times when we were killing foreigners. Once we killed a lot of white men who were entering our wood. We hid in the foliage and then dealt a surprise attack with spears. 2 or 3 were killed on the spot. The rest were crying and yelling. Other foreigners ran up, but seeing us, they all fled in terror. We killed those who lagged behind, and we came back home satisfied. My brother Goma was happy because that was the way an assault should be. The invaders must learn a lesson not to ruin our nature. It's striking to see the emotion Kemperi has while describing details of the massacre. He must have told the story to the young Waorani a lot of times, but even now he shares the horrifying memories with pleasure and pride. You saw him talking with a smile. Oh, that was just normal to him. How did those others, non-Waoranis, look? Their clothes looked like yours. They had some badges on their chests, and their skin color was like yours too. Were those people armed? Yes, they had weapons. Invaders were killing us too. If they spotted a Waorani in the woods, they just started shooting. What about the people who simply wandered on your land? Did you kill those too? The unarmed ones who weren't logging. People like us. If someone came to our land, we tried to drive them away at once. We didn't care for the reason why they came here. We sprang out of the woods and killed them with our spears. While I'm listening to this story, I'm starting to realize that it's true that the Waorani are the cruelest tribe on the earth. Do you remember how many people you killed personally? They have no words for numbers. 2. 2 more. They just use fingers. They can't read, they can't write, they don't know how to count either, only show the number of the killed with fingers. 16. when your husband killed someone, did he come back home and boast about that to you? Like, honey, I killed 2 or 4 today, or something. Usually, when men went out killing, me and other women would hide away in the woods nearby and wait for them to come back and tell us everything. Did you approve of killing those people, or was just regular stuff for you and you didn't even give it a thought if it was good or bad? It was part of our life. Everyone killed, so we had no problems with that. This kind of attitude to killing was shared by all the uncontacted Waorani people. Even these days, the modern contacted tribesmen have not really changed their mindset. Our culture fosters freedom of self-expression, entertainment, and freedom of killing. So young people are starting low and trying to merge the two worlds together. Today, as the times have changed and you no longer kill visitors, do you have any regrets or hard feelings towards your past? What do you think about it? I have no regrets at all. Back then, we protected our land and avenged our murdered brothers. When did you come to realize that other people who came to your land must not be killed? What was the breaking point? We had missionaries visiting who told us that we must not kill and we must live in peace. It's important to note that the process of becoming contacted was really long for the people of the forest, and it took numerous lives of those who tried to teach them the most important commandment, "Thou shalt not kill." The most tragic attempt of Waorani life was Operation Oka. We'll tell you more about the first contacts and walk in the footsteps of the missionaries to discover the facts that simply shock. It looks like you were the witness of 2 different periods or eras of lifestyles. You both lived in the old uncontacted world and are living in the new one. Which one is better? Although we have come into contact with the world, I still prefer the quiet and peaceful life in the forest. I would never agree to move to the city. People die soon there. How many uncontacted groups you think there are now? I mean the people who don't contact civilization and still kill like you used to do. We're positive that they exist. I don't know how many they are, but there were lots of my relatives who chose to stay isolated. I still know nothing about their fate. If you could give those people advice, would you tell them to contact the outer world or stay uncontacted? Me? I managed to adapt to a new life, but the uncontacted ones had better to left alone. It was their own choice not to get involved with civilization and remain free. We have to respect their choice. Well, but the saddest part is they continue to kill, you know. The last time it was in 2016. Yes, when it happened, it was a heavy blow to us all. Many of us wanted to avenge them, go to the jungle and find the killers, but I told the people of Bameno that they shouldn't do that, as there will be even more blood as the result. Now you see, the man who had killed 16 persons with his spear himself later asked the community not to kill and not to avenge deaths because times had changed. Thank you for that decision. It was totally natural thing to kill a foreigner for the Waorani. They lived by the laws of the jungle. To kill intruders was as normal for them as it's to set a mousetrap in the pantry of us. They never felt any remorse. They were simply protecting their homes and their land. In rarest cases, they could accept an intruder into their tribe. Then they would give him a compulsory Waorani name. He became one of the tribe and would not fear death by the spear any longer. I'll give you a name too. What is it? Anwa. So I'm Anwa now. It was my brother's name. Now you're going to be Anwa. Why Anwa? It's the name they gave to great warriors. Men who bore this name were the best leaders and chiefs. The fact that the chief gave me a Waorani name means that I've been accepted in the tribe and we were allowed to stay here.